Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to review our new story that we did on Monday and then perhaps give you a little bit of a test and then vocabulary review that and some answering of the questions. So let's begin without further delay. Dealing with our emotions. But most of us don't know how to properly deal with and express our emotions. Okay? Most of us don't know how to properly deal with and express our emotions. We are taught to repress emotions at a young age. When children have strong emotions, they instinctively cry. But adults often tell them, don't cry. The truth is, there is nothing wrong with having strong emotions and crying. In fact, when adults tell children not to cry, they are telling children to repress their emotions. It is actually bad advice. However, it is important to learn to express emotions in a healthy way that won't hurt yourself or others. Okay, so we have some new words here, okay? But again, I have to tell you that I want you to say it, not to remember it. I don't want you to背的，I want you to be able to say the words. So let's read that again. I'm going to erase the words and see if you can get the right answers. Okay, here we go. All right. Most of us don't know how to properly deal with and express our emotions. We did this in class already. What happens if I do this? What happens if I do this? You know, if you don't see the words, you can still do it. Most of us don't know how to properly deal with and express our emotions. Okay? Now instead of doing this, I'll do the numbers. Okay? Right. Like that. We are taught to repress emotions at a young age. We are taught to repress emotions at a young age. What? Say that again. We are taught to repress emotions at a young age. Don't know how to spell it? Doesn't matter. 试试看 are taught to repress. That is the point. Okay? 拼错没有关系。When children have strong emotions, they naturally, instinctively cry. They instinctively cry. They what? They instinctively cry. You do something naturally. 不用教 you instinctively do it. They instinctively cry. Right there. Okay. But adults often tell them don't cry. Adults, grown-ups. But who? Adults, like your parents and me and your other teachers. Adults, often tell them don't cry. The truth is, there is nothing wrong with having strong emotions and crying. The truth is, in fact, actually, what? The truth is. Okay? There is nothing wrong with having strong emotions and crying. And then, in fact, when adults tell children not to cry, they are telling children to repress, and repress their emotions. It is actually bad advice. Okay, so let's go back and do it again. Okay? Dealing with our emotions. Most of us don't know how to what? In the right way. Properly. Okay, right, properly. Properly. Deal with and show. Express our emotions. You have to remember the word. Not 背起来怎么拼, but remember how to say it. properly deal with and express our emotions. We are taught to repress emotions at a young age. We are taught 被教 right? We are taught to hide, repress emotions at a young age. When children have strong emotions, they naturally 本能的自然的 they instinctively cry. But 大人 adults often tell them don't cry. In fact, actually, 3 words. The truth is, there is nothing wrong with having strong emotions and crying. In fact, the truth is, when adults tell children not to cry, they are telling children to repress their feelings, their emotions. Okay. So that is the first thing that we're going to go through, okay? Right? The next thing we're going to go through is we're going to make sentences with, do the 翻译体 to translation, okay? Which I did last time, instinctively, yes. But I'm going to ask you to do it this time. 请坐好, please sit properly. This 好 means properly, okay? 请坐好. I'm going to erase that. How do you say 请坐好? Please sit properly. We're going to use the word properly to answer the question. 请坐好. Please sit properly. Okay. How about this one? 你想要说什么？你想要表达什么？ What do you want to express? Yeah. How do you say that? What do you want to express? 就是你想要表达什么？你想要说什么？ What do you want to express? Again, we are learning how to say it. It's not important how to write it. You can write it if you can say it. Later on, I'll show you. Okay. Again, let's do it again. How to say 请坐好? Please sit properly. Just say to yourself, please sit properly. Okay? That's it. All right, and then you can, so if you can say it, you can write it. All right, continue. Okay. Baba 教我骑脚踏车. So 我是被爸爸教的. So that's how you say in English, in Chinese. 被教, be taught. Right? Everybody can say 爸爸教我 ride a bicycle. Everybody can say that already. My father taught me to ride a bicycle. 这个已经会讲了. We don't need to say that. We're going to say 我是被爸爸教的. Okay? 我是被爸爸教骑脚踏车的. How do you say that? I was taught to ride a bike by my father. I was taught 我被教 to ride a bike by my father. Okay? Let me do that. Excuse me. I was taught by my father. Like that. Don't worry about the Chinese. Just think about the English. 我被教 I was taught to ride a bike by my father. And because it's past tense, I was taught. Okay, good. 不要 repress 你的感觉. Don't repress your emotions. Simple. How do you say that? Don't repress your emotions. Okay? All right, good. Right. 当我们看到有趣的东西时，我们 naturally 会笑，我们自然的，我们本能的会笑啊，我们自然的会笑哈。Okay. Instinctively is naturally. Same thing. So how do you say that? When we see something good, funny, 有趣哈，有趣 means funny. I'll just write it here. Maybe interesting 好，把用 interesting 好了，因为 funny 应该是好笑哈。Let's do funny. And then 我把它好笑，好笑。Okay, that's better. Okay. When we see something 好笑 funny, when we see something funny, we instinctively laugh. 对不对 Right? Okay. How do you say that again? When we see something funny, we instinctively laugh. You gotta be able to say it. If you can say it, then you can write it. Okay? Continue. 我的父母亲是大人。My parents, my mother and father are adults. Simple. This one is very, very simple. Right? 世上哭没有不好，没有不对。Okay, so we want 事实上哈。The truth is, right? The truth is, in fact, okay. And then we need to know how to say this. 什么东西没有不好？没有不好 to say. There is nothing wrong with, and then cool crying. Okay? There is nothing wrong with crying. The truth is, there is nothing wrong with crying. I'm gonna give you all these tests. Okay, and I want you to be able to answer these questions. How? One more time. Let's do it again. How do you say 请坐好？请坐好。Please sit properly. You will have this word here. You could look at this word. Okay. Please sit properly. How do you say 你想要表达什么？ Right? What do you want to express? 表达 right there. Express, right?我是被爸爸教 Let me do that. I know in Chinese sounds crazy. Nobody will say 我是被爸爸教 right? Okay, but in English, okay? All right. I was taught. 这个 be 要变成 was because it's past tense, right? The be has to become past tense. I was taught to do what? I was taught to ride a bike by my father. I was taught to ride a bike. 我被教 I was taught to ride a bike by my father. 好，不要押韵的感觉。Don't repress your emotions or feelings, right? Don't repress your emotions. Instinctively, okay, instinctively. 自然的 ，OK。当我们看到好笑的东西时，我们自然的会笑 ，right？ 我们自然笑。So this part very simple. When we see something funny, 自然的东西。When we see something funny, we instinctively laugh. Okay. Adults. My parents are adults. My mother and father are adults. Okay? This one's very, very simple. And last but not least, the truth is. Okay? 事实上 the truth is. How to say this part? There is nothing wrong with crying. That's how you say that. There is nothing wrong with crying. Okay? All right. So that's all. Listen to it many times. Try to 不要背的哈 try to say it properly, properly express. Okay? We are taught, repress, naturally means instinctively, grown-ups are adults, and in fact means the truth is. Okay, and then we're going to talk more about this special sentence. There is nothing wrong with doing something Okay, and so on and so forth. All right, I will. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Um, thank you for watching. I will see all of you soon in class.